Welcome to this AwareIM tutorial on data migration. We all understand the challenges of data migration. Transferring data between environments can be a real headache. AwareIM requires unique IDs for every business object, which makes transferring data between environments tricky. And that's before you even start trying to track relationships. There's lots to navigate. And moving data between different database systems can also be quite a task, with each system having their own and unique characteristics. Well, with AwareIM version 10, we've eliminated these challenges and introduced data import and export capabilities. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to take advantage of this feature using a sample CRM BSV. First, as you can see on my screen, here's some setup that I've done beforehand. So let's move to the config tool. I've got the original CRM BSV here, and down here you can see I've created a new version called My CRM. If we open the administrator visual perspective, we can see that I've disabled the initialization process, which normally creates the data. So let me put this into test and make sure that we start with no initial data. Now let me switch over to my browser and log in. And we can see that there's no data here. And I can confirm this by looking at the list of customers, which is empty. So let me go back to the config tool. In here, I'm going to select our original CRM BSV. Let me go to File and then select Export Data. From this window, I can then choose to export all objects or select individual objects. For this exercise, I'll cancel out and select all. Now I just need to choose where I want to save my export. And now that I've done that, I'll click OK and do so again on the confirmation pop-up, and the data is exported. Now let me go back to the target BSV, my CRM, and select File and Import Data. Because I've already got the BSV in test, I can select Import to Test Data. If it weren't in test, I would only be able to choose to import to production. All right, now let me select the file that I've just exported. I have some other choices I can make, so let's look at some of those options. I can commit after every table, only at the end of the import, or after every record. For today, I'm going to leave it at every table. Again, I can choose to limit what I import. I'll click OK and do that again on the confirmation pop-up. Now I'm presented with a list of import issues. Because I've exported from a different BSV, I get an informational warning. This is non-fatal and the column shows I can ignore that. So I'll click on Ignore and select OK, and now the import can start. Let's go back to my browser and refresh the page to confirm a successful import. Yep, I can now see we have customer data. How to resolve conflicts. I'll try importing data from a completely different BSV named Issue Resolution. Immediately, I can see a number of issues in red. These cannot be ignored, and I must investigate and resolve each of them to be able to continue to import. So let's take a look at the first one that deals with a missing table. Because this is a fatal issue, I only have two choices, either to not import or to map it to another table. Mapping it to another table is useful in instances where you have remodeled your BSV and changed business object names. If you choose this option, AwareIM will try to fit the data to attributes with matching names and will ignore the data that doesn't match. As this is the wrong file, I will cancel out. With our new data import and export feature, AwareIM can now easily extract business objects from production, package them into a zip file and import them into testing, or the reverse and import from testing to production or another BSV. And as a part of this, we've also simplified moving data from one database system to another. You can check out our full tutorial video catalog here on YouTube, and don't forget your user guide and our forums are great support tools to help you on your journey. Happy building!